A message to those aged 35 to 45. 8 blood-earned truths to guide your life. All my dear viewers, at the recent gathering, a friend of mine shared a heartbreaking realization. The most painful aspect of life for adults aged 35 to 45, worse than the labor of oxen and horses, is being stuck in the hard cycles of office work in middle age, pushing themselves to compete relentlessly, wanting to give up but unable to do so. There's no way for them to break free. Why it's so hard to carry on is because their health has been sending warning signals, but the weight of family responsibilities is still there. There's no escape because outside there's no room for survival. At that moment, the bittersweet reality of middle age, weighed down by struggle, became vividly clear. Welcome everybody. For today's video, I'd like to bring up a discussion on a topic that concerns many, especially those in the 35 to 45 age group, the crisis of life in middle age. And along in this video, I'll list out 8 heartfelt life lessons that I wish to share with you, hoping they can help awaken a sense of clarity and purpose in your middle years. The midlife crisis, ladies and gentlemen, in the end, is not just an invisible pressure related to age, but also the feeling of exhaustion, a suffocating pressure of responsibilities, being a parent and the breadwinner of a family. Moreover, is the feeling of being trapped in a passive existence. So, how can we find something to rely on when we feel confused, empty, and directionless? Shall we start with lesson number 1? Never fall into the illusion of stability. That comforting sense of security you feel from an organization might just be a slow-acting poison gradually wearing you down without you even noticing. Think back just a few years. Many believed that having an employee ID from a prestigious corporation was their golden ticket to job security. But in the past year or two, we've seen seasoned project managers tearfully recount their layoffs. We've heard whispers of high-level executives earning 6-figure salaries per month, quietly editing their resumes in the corner of a coffee shop. So what that tells you, no matter where you're working or what title you're holding, that so-called sense of stability actually be what's silently consuming you. In many companies' layoff list, their employees over the age of 35 often find themselves at the top. There's even a concept in economics known as the thumb rule. It means that in many fields today, if you're not the thumb, the most skilled, the most irreplaceable, you are easily let go. In other words, if you are the thumb, your value will be recognized anywhere, and you'll always have the place to thrive. At the end of the day, true capability is the ultimate weapon to break through the limitations of age. So, starting right now, focus on sharpening your skills. Commit to building your strength. Carve out a stronghold in your career that belongs to you and you alone. Eventually, you'll realize that the real iron rice bowl is not a company or a title, but the real knowledge and ability you carry is the trust and connections that draw clients and partners to you. Is your inner resilience, the kind that allows you to stand tall and shine even when the safety net of an organization is no longer beneath you. Number 2, value your health. Let your body be the sole and ultimate measure to success. Everything else is secondary. There's a powerful, thought-provoking saying, those who sacrifice their health to make money will eventually have to spend all that money to buy back their health. So many of us throw ourselves into work, proud of our endurance, proud of how much we can handle. We push through fatigue, ignore the signs when our body falters, and willingly sacrifice our health in exchange for a paycheck. But here's what we forget. Your spine is silently counting every overtime hour. Your stomach remembers every rushed and unhealthy meal. Your liver marks each drink forced down in the name of business and networking. One day, your body will stop quietly absorbing it all. One day, it will strike back harder than any year-end bonus could ever make up for. This physical body, your health, is your most valuable capital. It's the foundation that supports your family, your ambitions, your life. In the face of hardship or stormy times, it's your health that gets you through. Without it, everything else loses meaning. Social psychologists once conducted a survey asking, what's the most crucial factor in building wealth? Most people guessed the environment, family background, or luck. But the real answer surprised everyone. Health. Because health is the only thing that allows you to keep showing up. It's the true cornerstones of prosperity. Without it, you lose your money. You lose your life's momentum. History tells us the same. During the Three Kingdoms era, Zhu Lingyang was the genius strategist, brilliant and unmatched in intellect, but he worn himself out, working relentlessly, skipping meals and rest. He died at just 54, leaving behind a dream unfulfilled. Meanwhile, Sima Yi, his rival, took a different path. Patient, calm, resilient. He practiced ancient breathing exercises, preserved his strength, and lived to 72. When the time came, he alone was left standing, shaping a dynasty that his descendants would inherit. In the end, the one who wins at life isn't the smartest, the richest, or the busiest. It's the one who knows how to care for and cherish themselves. As we grow older, let us remember, you don't need a crown, just a loving partner and a couple of true friends. Let go of jobs that strains you. Say no to unnecessary social drinking. Protect your health above all. Only then can you build a lasting career and a meaningful life. And for those in their middle years, your annual health checkup matters more than your year-end performance review. Lesson 3. Learn from the rabbit. Create more than one safe haven for yourself. In the book about luck, there's an old saying, a wise rabbit has 3 burrows. If a rabbit has only 1 burrow, even if it's 75% safe, it still faces a 5% chance of losing its life. But if it has 3 burrows, each with 80% safety, then the chance of all 3 being destroyed at once drops dramatically to just 0.8%. In this unpredictable life, we too must learn to be like that wise rabbit. Having a side job gives you more confidence to handle unexpected life events. An extra stream of income adds another layer of protection to your life. For those in their middle age, considering a side hustle can follow a 5-3-1 rule. 50% of your energy goes to securing your main job. 30% goes to supporting roles that enhance your current skills. 10% goes to exploring new areas aligned with future trends. By day, you might be Peter, the department manager, and by night, you could be Peter the teacher, sharing knowledge on social media, or Peter the seller, running an online store. You can also turn 20 years of industry experience into valuable online courses. Transform your wide-reaching social network into a potential gold mine within your own spheres of influence. It's an old truth, a guiding principle, a classic life compass. The best way to protect your eggs is to never put them all in one basket. There's no such thing as a perfectly safe path in life, only careful preparation. So when life does close at one door, you've already made sure there's another you can open with a new path waiting for you. Lesson number 4. Etch a backup plan for unemployment deep into your bones. If you suddenly lost your job, how long would your saving cover your living expenses? Every middle-aged adult receiving paychecks should ask themselves this exact question from time to time, since most middle-aged feels like being trapped in a sandwich pressed between responsibilities from all sides. And the biggest fear is the chaos that comes from instability. We've been facing career uncertainties, while at the same time carrying the weight of family on our shoulders. For those without a proper financial cushion, even one job loss could throw life into turmoil and deadlock. We must face a hard truth in this unpredictable era. Layoffs often come faster than promotions. That's why, along with the hustle to earn more, we need to learn how to tighten our belts and guard our wallets. It's not just about saving money. It's about preparing for life's inevitable storms. A wealthy father once told his son, "Live as if you're playing a game of chess. Don't just focus on the next move. Prepare for the whole war." See the world the way people run business. Don't just dream, plan, prepare, and always have a backup. Because that's the foundation of freedom. When your footing is solid and your mind is calm, you'll never be cornered. That son carried these words like invisible amour, quiet yet unbreakable. And when he earned his first paycheck, he began setting aside 1/10 of it, calling it his freedom fund. It wasn't just savings, it's an investment in independence and reserve of strength to protect his dignity, his choices, and his ability to walk away from anything that doesn't serve his worth. In The Richest Man in Babylon, one of the 5 rules of gold says, "Gold comes gladly and in increasing quantity to any person who will save no less than 1/10 of their earnings from the future." Every household should have a reserve fund, a freedom fund, so every time you get paid, put aside a portion into a separate emergency account. Control your hands. Spend with intention. If it's not essential, don't buy it. Cook at home instead of eating out. If something can wait, don't rush to purchase it. When your bank account is steady, your heart stays calm, so even life does throw punches, and it will. You'll have the strength to take the hit and stand tall on your own. Number 5. No matter how kind you are to others, it's never as valuable as being useful to them. Time is like a sharpening stone, which wears away the spirits of youth grinds down even the most ambitious dreams. Many people, as they enter middle age, begin to ponder deeply about life and the complexities of human nature. You might call colleagues, brothers, sisters with affection. Put your heart and soul into building so-called networks. Practice your smile 1,000 of times. Polish every word and compliment to make sure they strike the right chord with your boss. After years of working, you may find the real skills haven't been improved much, but your strategies and office politics have grown sharper. Your salary hasn't increased, but you've become an expert at reading faces and guessing intentions, and yet the ending can be cruel. That same boss you once had a close bond with, when it's time to downsize, you're the first to go, because your results didn't measure up. That colleague you once treated so warmly, they'll delete your name from their contact list the moment you walk out the door. A company is not a home. As well, coworkers are not family. Middle-aged adults should have understood this truth by now. The workplace is the battlefield, where personal gain often outweighs emotion. Mencius once said, "You can't have both fish and bear paw." Likewise, the prestigious Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, has a famous saying, "At MIT, between sleep, good grades, and social life, you can only pick two." This rule perfectly applies to the workplace between rest, salary, and social relationships. You can only prioritize two. So keep your workplace relationships moderate and appropriate. The time you spend trying to maintain connections is better spent excelling at your job. The energy you use trying to please your boss is better used improving your own value. A person's worth isn't proven by how much they can drink at a company party, but by their ability to get things done effectively. As you become better and more capable, your coworker will naturally seek you out, and your boss will see you differently, value you more. Number 6, don't compete with the younger generations in physical strength. Use your wisdom and experience instead. Midlife is filled with worries, like a river that once flowed freely, now winding toward winter. Just think about work can stir anxiety for those in their middle years, caught in the growing shadows of the younger generations. Every step toward it in your career feels like a battle uphill. You may feel proud of staying up working until 2 a.m., but the younger ones, they can pull up all-nighter to finish a presentation without a single complaint. You push yourself for a few intense hours and feel drained, while they just need 1 cup of coffee to power through the entire day. When it comes to stamina, those of us who've passed the midpoint of life are at a clear disadvantage. However, one scholar once observed, the beauty of middle age lies in truly understanding life, in knowing oneself and focusing on what's within one's capacity. Those of us carrying the burdens of adult life, like oxen and horses, pulling a heavy cart, must learn to look inward. We must leverage our strengths and work around our limitations. If you really want to compare yourself to the younger generation, do it through your problem-solving skills. While they might need 3 days of overtime, you might achieve the same results with just 3 phone calls. Compare the way you can instantly grasp what client truly needs with just a glance, while others are still reading the room. If you want to prove that old ginger is spicier, then lean into your strengths. Reach the level where what others don't have, you do. What others have, you master. And what others master, you specialize in. Deep understanding of your field combined with years of real-world experience, that is your true weapon. That is the strength that lets you stand firm in the face of youth. Moving on to number 7. Take fewer risks. Be more cautious with your investments. In recent years, I've come to realize something. In this world, there are two groups of people for whom the cost of trial and error is the most painful. For those who are poor, and those who have entered middle age and are still burdened by the fight to survive. When we were young, we could walk away from a job over a disagreement, fooled by our passion and fearless spirit, ready to conquer the world alone. But now, just one resignation could stain your resume so badly that even the family past should shake their heads in disapproval. Back in our 20s, we could live with just enough for ourselves and still sleep well at night. But now, we're drowning in home loans, car payments, school fees, hospital bills. The list of daily expenses feels endless. There's an old saying that rings painfully true. At 20, quitting your job on impulse is called youthful passion. At 35, doing the same thing is walking into a dead end. Every time a middle-aged person tries to start something new, it's like betting their last savings on a life or death game. Pursuing your dreams is noble, but for many, it becomes the beginning of a financial downfall. I had a friend. Once he felt there was no future in working a 9-to-5 job. One day, he saw the bubble tea industry booming and decided to pour all his savings into opening a shop. I tried to stop him. Yes, it's admirable to look for new paths, but please don't politely walk into unseen traps. We have to remember, leaving a corporate job doesn't automatically lead you to financial freedom. You can still chase your dreams. Start small, test ideas that don't cost much. If you're not going to risk it on one big venture, be prepared for the pain if it collapses. At the end of the day, the wisest path is to seek change from a place of stability. Build success on solid ground. That is true wisdom, and for us who carry so many burdens in middle age, is the truth we must remember. And finally, lesson number 8. Never accept fate. Never surrender to adversity. Transform your inner voice from I can't into a deep conviction of I can. There's a verse that goes, the full moon eventually fades and the middle-aged man hesitates to move forward. That old line seems to reflect the lives of so many middle-aged people whose spirit has been worn down by harsh realities, leading them to surrender in whispers of I can't or I'm not good enough. When the wave of live stream sales swept through, offering a new direction, many shook their heads thinking they couldn't keep up. When advanced AI tools make headlines, while others explore and adapted, they gave up, believing they could never catch up. A family film director once shared a profound insight. Most of us die at 36. Not a physical death, but the fading of the spirit, bearing by exhaustion, anxiety, silence, and the loss of passion for life. For middle-aged individuals, without effort to rise up, it's easy to slip downward. The older we get, the more we must strive to hold on to our inner voice that exists, to move forward. If that voice of resilience wakens, we lose the strength to break free from the crisis of midlife. I have a friend who works in media. When platforms like Facebook and Twitter suddenly surge in popularity, many of his middle-aged colleagues felt overwhelmed and out of place, but he embraced the change, eager to learn and adapt. Later, when video content started to dominate, others doubted themselves, thinking visual language was too different from writing, but he doubled down, learning and honing his skills. The result, when a media center was founded, he naturally became his head, rightfully so. The more challenging life becomes, the more we must maintain a positive mindset and a vibrant spirit. In the second half of life, the deciding factor in our success isn't external. It's the inner strength we cultivate. Only by constantly renewing ourselves, rebooting our mindsets and actions, we can seize the opportunities for rebirth and transformational breakthroughs. Age 35 is often seen as the turning point between rise and decline in one's career. Many believe it marks the start of a midlife crisis, but I believe what truly throws life into chaos is not age, but the lack of internal readiness. Those in their late 30s and early 40s who grind away like beasts as burden, stuck in the same old paths, will never discover new roads ahead. We must remember 35 to 45 is not a crisis. It's a hinge point, a gateway to live deeper, more honestly, and more authentically for ourselves. So stand tall, hold your head high, and look toward the open road ahead. Only when we open our eyes to new possibility can our lives begin to bloom again. To all kindred spirits listening, thank you for staying with me until this very last moment. May you have the clarity to understand the world, the wisdom to know yourself, and the peace to live with contentment and purpose. Please consider liking and sharing this video to uplift and motivate others. Don't forget to subscribe and join our membership program so we can continue this journey to grow, to share life lessons and spread goodness to the community together. Sharing this video is a powerful act of generosity and merit. Once again, I sincerely thank you for spending your valuable time with me. Wishing you and your family happiness, success, and peace as always. With gratitude and respect, we look forward to seeing you again in our next videos.